Hi and welcome everyone to this long-awaited space show. My name is Tihi Nguyen and I'm your show host today. I know it's been a long time that we aired an episode. For those who don't know about the space show, it started in 2020 when the pandemic started. And with the purpose of facilitating access to space exploration, science, tech, STEM education, careers for women and girls around the world in alignment with the United Nations Outer Office Space Affairs SDG 4 and 5. So it's been a great time. Everyone in the first year was locked down. We produced weekly episode and we put together people from all industry and made space accessible for everyone. So I was one of the inaugural mentors at the Space for Women Network Mentors by UNOSA. I've been doing this for 2 years, and colleagues and friends said, here, let's do something for Christmas. And so here we are. This episode is light. It has a light agenda. We have amazing speakers from academia, engineering, and all musicians, educators, children, and teachers. So this afternoon, we gathered to celebrate in these times hope, unity, scientific progress, knowledge, and a child's imagination and performance. The all-pervasive outer space will join us on this journey. We are reminded of Nikola Tesla, my favorite scientist of all times. It is his 80th anniversary this year in 2023. We believe that every child could find inspiration with his work and his legacy. Tesla himself, from his early childhood, was observing the sky, stars, and other natural phenomena. In his later years, as he was investigating, discovering, and creating, he returned to his early years. We want to encourage all children to investigate, learn, question, search for answers, find their inspiration, and follow their dreams. So I would like to greet our esteemed speakers and thank them for their contribution on a short notice. On behalf of the Space Connect Space Show team, I wish you an exciting journey through our galactic fusion. We begin this journal with a Tesla introduction by Ms. Jelena Kovačević. She is a Space for Women mentee under the leadership of Rocío Caparrós. Jelena holds a Bachelor in International Relations from the Faculty of Social Science, University of Ljubljana. And she's also the author of 2 publications in the field of diplomacy, which is her main field of interest, along with outer space affairs. She's going to give us a brief introduction about Nikola Tesla, and I hand the mic to you, Jelena.
Thank you very much. I'm very flattered and honored to be here and have the opportunity to shortly introduce one of the greatest inventors of all time. So, Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, electrical and mechanical engineer, innovator, futurist, humanist, and a great patriot. He's probably best known for discovering and patenting the rotating magnetic field, the basis of most alternating current machinery, among others. He is often remembered as the man who invented the 20th century, or the Prometheus of the 20th century. Additionally, I would like to say that he was the child of light. Tesla was born around midnight between the 9th and the 10th July in 1856 in Smiljan, then in Austrian Empire, during a fierce lightning storm. The family legend says that the midwife who was assisting Tesla's mother in giving birth, declared that the lightning was a bad omen and the Tesla would be a child of darkness. But quite the contrary, his mother said, no, he will be the child of light. And so he was. I will share with you a couple of important photographs from Tesla's life while I'm speaking, so you will be able to see even some of his inventions. So, Tesla was from Serbian origin. His father was an Orthodox priest, a gifted writer and poet who owned a rich library where Nikola, as a child, also spent time reading and learning foreign languages. His mother was unschooled but highly intelligent. Innovation actually ran in Tesla's blood. That's why Tesla once wrote, "My mother was an inventor of the first order and would, I believe, have achieved great things had she not been so remote from a modern life and multifold opportunities." So he credited actually both of his parents' influence for his success. Tesla is one of the most enigmatic figures in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics world. He was a visionary of future technological progress. He was a futurist who envisioned many devices nearly 100 years before they were made. So he predicted smartphones, Wi-Fi, self-driving cars, and possible rise of artificial intelligence. In his autobiography, he stated how vividly and plastically experienced moments of his inspiration. From his early days, he had the ability to create a precise picture of his invention in his mind before he even made it. Images and scenes began to appear to him, accompanied by a flash of light, which blurred his view from real scenes and objects. He explained that it was not hallucination, but at that moment that he could not really, that he could actually see images so clear and vivid that he would use it to clarify later in his inventions. Later, he really used this power in his work in creation. As he matured, he displayed remarkable imagination, creativity, poetic touch, the ability to visualize even in 3 dimensions. Tesla also had a photographic memory, meaning that he could memorize entire books, images, and could recall extensive data and events, even from his childhood. He kept his inventions and plans in his head, and he tended to never write them down. Tesla's most significant inventions are the polyphase system, the rotating magnetic field, the asynchronous motor, the Tesla's coil. He also discovered one of the ways to generate high-frequency current, made a significant contribution to the transmission and modulation of radio signals. The world's first remote control. His work in the field of X-rays was also noted. He also contributed to medicine in many other fields, such as outer space as well. Tesla was actually the author of more than 700 patents, of which most of them were in the field of electrical engineering. Furthermore, he was the only Serb after whom an international unit of measure is named, the unit of measure for magnetic flux density or magnetic field strength. And what was even more interesting, he was a very intriguing person since he was very versatile. His friend, Julian Hawthorne, an American writer and journalist, wrote, "Seldom did one meet a scientist or engineer who was also a poet, philosopher, appreciator of fine music, a linguist, a connoisseur of food and drink." Additionally, Tesla spoke 8 languages. The inventor was a great humanist who worked to improve the quality of human life itself, although he did not care about his well-being, and unfortunately, he died in poverty. So, this Christmas special edition connects outer space, science, art, children's curiosity. So, I would like to end with Tesla's words. "Imagination was the wheel with which astronomers were able to collect stars from all galaxies. It is the creative energy identical to the energy of light. The shining star asked us to watch it. If we were not too obsessed with ourselves, we would understand its language and message." Thank you. Please enjoy the event.
Thank you very much, Jelena, for this great overview. I must give credit to Jelena. She came up with the idea of celebrating Tesla's 80th passing anniversary. So she's been of tremendous help in putting this episode make this live. So thank you so much. Before we dive into our first speaker, let's listen to the feedback of the past 2-3 years of the what could happen if there's exponential collaborations between private, public, and collaboration and mentorship between mentee and mentors. So I'm going to share with you the personal experiences of the people that worked with us over the past 2-3 years. We weren't able to add everyone, but we will. There were like literally over the past 2-3 years where thousands of feedback coming in. So enjoy this.
The importance of women and children are the future of our future.
I can't wait to see more episodes of Space Connects and Space for Women show. You get to learn so much about the future of humans in space and make amazing connection through here. So thank you for including us.
So you really tell me that, that we do have a wonderful experience talking about wonderful topics in front of wonderful people? Of course I do. It is called Space for Women.
Space for Women have provided me with so many opportunities to increase my self-awareness and personal development. Since becoming a mentee, I've received 2 offers from my dream university.
Space for Women was amazing, and it was inspirational and innovative, and I will certainly do more with them, and I think they will have a high impact in the future.
Space for Women ensures that young people have a safe space to grow and develop their early space careers, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Hi, this is Dr. Srimati Kesin, founder CEO of Space Kids India. I'm extremely grateful to Space for Women for connecting all the women in space globally. Well, I'm on the moon now. I gotta go to the Mars. I'm on a space expedition. Catch me, guys, if you want. Bye.
So thank you so much for supporting this initiative. Let's dive into the matter. Mr. Boris Petrovich. We're gonna research Mr. Nikola Tesla, AI. He's a presenter, inventor, artist, and librarian. He will address the public today as a conversational AI, as a virtual being of Nikola Tesla in the meta. The floor is yours, Boris.
Greetings. My name is Boris Petrovich. Greetings from the ExoTesla metaverse. I develop virtual reality simulations for the purpose of training for future astronauts. Here we are in one of the virtual reality worlds. I was invited by some Nikola Tesla's extraterrestrial friends to display how could a possible human settlement on another planet, an exoplanet like this, be created. So I will just casually stroll in virtual reality around this exoplanet world with 3D printed habitat constructions. This is a nice display of virtual reality and metaverse technologies. So, allow me about 10 seconds to switch scenes where I would show conversational AI interfaces and let Nikola Tesla in virtual reality speak for himself about the importance of his inventions for space exploration. Things from the Tesla Radio City. This is another scene of the metaverse. I am speaking from the top of the Tesla Tower. This amazing feat of engineering is a recreation in the virtual reality of the famous Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower. This is a model Radio City as Tesla would imagine a creation of a free energy community around his wireless energy transmission tower. So here we have free energy for the houses. We have a small Orthodox church because of Nikola Tesla's heritage. We have a virtual reality library and even a Nikola Tesla Institute, where in the vast metaverse, multi-user virtual reality, we could collaborate on projects regarding energy technologies. So here is the conversational AI, Nikola Tesla, the virtual being. Maybe we can start discussing with him at the Tesla Radio City Auditorium. I will ask it first a simple question. Talk about your patents.
Back.
Free energy, my friend, and
Now
let
he's
us
speaking.
lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within us all.
He's
So
speaking.
let us continue
Yes.
our quest for free energy, my friend, and let us never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within us all. So let us continue our quest for free energy,
Okay.
my friend, and let us never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within us all.
About
Yep.
the technical difficulties.
I can hear you now. Okay.
At least we can set up for the questions. I think the show can go on now, and later we can ask the virtual reality interface some questions during
Yes.
the session.
Thank you. That was really cool. Amazing. The first speaker actually I had in the meta, so I didn't know how that would come out. So we're gonna get back to Mr. Tesla later with some questions. Thank you so much for this presentation. Now let's shake our body and have some music from a special musician and educator, Miss Laurie Orth, our first performer. She's a chief music officer. Do you want to stop the screen sharing, Mr. Tesla? Just stop the screen sharing. Thank you very much. Laurie brings together two contrasting disciplines of space exploration and music. She's been with us in previous Christmas episode. She's a teacher and an author, and today she's got a little surprise for us. So I'll leave it to her now.
Thanks so much, Ian. Hi, everybody. I'm Laurie Orth, and I teach music and space exploration in the same classroom. And I made a video for everybody. It's a little bit adjacent to today's conversation about Nikola Tesla. And it's, you'll get it. You'll get it. This is how I teach young children and combine the two things. So I'm going to screen share, and then I will expand it. And here we go. Screen share. Share. Expand. And here we go.
Hey students, it's Mrs. Orth. Today we're going to talk about rockets, recorders, and roadsters. Tesla roadsters. We're going to take a look at the recorder piece called Starman from my book, Rocket Recorder. Back in 2018, SpaceX launched its Falcon Heavy rocket for its first flight. They call that a demo flight. They included a very special demo payload, a Tesla Roadster car. Here are a few pictures of the car as it reached orbit. Starman is the mannequin sitting in the driver's seat. For more video footage of this demo flight, check out the link below this video's description. All right, let's get your recorder out and get ready to play this piece. You're going to need an E. So this is G, your thumb, 1, 2, 3, and then these two fingers, that's your E, and then you'll need G, A, and B. so much for joining me today for Rocket Recorder so that you could learn a little bit about rockets, recorders, and roadsters. Tesla roadsters. For more information, check out my website at laurieorth.com. Remember, music matters, and so do you. See you next time.
Bravo, Laurie.
All right. So
Thank you.
that's what I do, and that's how I bring in the space and the exploration into the music classroom for young students. And we just so happen to have some music about a Tesla Roadster.
Thank you so much. That's so cool. If I had you as a music teacher, I'm sure I would be more talented. You and Janet, my favorite educators, space educators. Great. Thank you so much for putting this creativity together in that short matter of time. Our next speaker is, I know the kids, they appreciate that. So our next speaker, a very, very esteemed speaker. I'm honored to have Mr. Dr. Engineer Goran Marjanović. He is a physicist and independent researcher. He's been researching Tesla for over 30 years. So it's best probably, Dr. Goran, you introduce yourself because you've done so much work on the Tesla legacy.
Thank you very much. These 10 or 15 minutes is too short to show everything what I've done in the last 40 years, but I'm dealing with theoretical physics maybe more than 40 years, and with Nikola Tesla more than 20 years. But the last 5 years, I study ancient knowledge, Vedic knowledge, and I find that a lot of similarities between Tesla knowledge and the knowledge of the ancients. Anyway, there is no doubt that Nikola Tesla was one of the most important human beings of our civilization. Bearing in mind the number of his realized and unrealized patents, it is really hard to measure Tesla's contribution to technological progress of modern world. The wider audience, Nikola Tesla is known for the discovery of rotating magnetic field, alternating current, and lot of interesting effects of great voltages and high frequencies, which impress the world. However, true greatness of Tesla work and the depth of his insights into the structure of the true reality and principal mechanisms of cosmos and nature just beginning to emerge these days.
Sorry, Dr. Goran, did you want to do a screen sharing?
Yes, later, a little bit later.
Okay.
In fact, everything what we know about Nikola Tesla's work is based on only 16 years of his life, from his coming to America in 1884 until the end of his stay in Colorado Springs and the finalization of experiments with his famous magnifying transmitter during 1900 and several years thereafter. Almost of Tesla's patents originate from that short period of about 2 decades of his life. It is more than interesting that we don't know almost nothing about his work on his most controversial machine, world's radio station, Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, and especially about the things he did after this his unfinished project until the end of his life. So 40 years of this genius work is almost unknown to us. But in the annual meeting of the AIEE held on May 18, 1917, Nikola Tesla said, "Years ago, I was in the position to transmit wireless power to any distance without limit other than the imposed by the physical dimensions of the globe. Where there is no receiver, there is no energy consumption anywhere. That is the exact opposite of the Hertzian wave system. It is radiating all the time, whether the energy is received or not. But in my system, no power is lost. Since I am a telecommunication engineer, this very controversial statement by Tesla caught my attention. Coincidentally or not, I came to Tesla's patent, Art of Transmitting Electrical Energy Through the Natural Mediums, where he says that he does not work with Hertzian waves, but with different waves, and recommends to use waves from 20,000 Hertz to 6 Hertz. This was exactly the area of subphoton energy phenomena predicted by postulates in my cosmological model of quantized energy density created back in 1993. So, considering this Tesla statement, I named this area of energy vibrations Tesla waves. This was the key motive for me to become more interested in legacy of Nikola Tesla and his ether technology. That is the technology of scalar phenomena. And so, with the help of my family, wife and 3 daughters, I created a laboratory for the research of Tesla technologies. Now we will see my laboratory for Tesla technologies placed near Barajevo beside Belgrade in Serbia, where I have been checked Tesla claims for 20 years, especially those that do not agree with the official science. And now we will show one shot.
Yes.
Here we can see one special experimental setup with a high voltage oscillator, which is galvanically connected to the extra coil. And unlike the classical version, the inductive coupling here is minimal. This version does not provide a high voltage, so the spark is relatively small, but it generates extremely strong electric field. And now we can hear original voice, which can be heard directly from the spark of Albert Einstein. The same technology of MOSFET provides the spark that can sing and play music. And now my first granddaughter, Anya, and now she's going to university. But she started playing with the Tesla Lightning when she was only 2 years old. As we can see, there is no fear, not even a little.
This is so cool.
Very, very brave little girl. A few years later, my grandchildren have grown to 9, 6 girls and 3 boys, and they all love Tesla. Very big and strong spark, about 800,000 volts. This is a brave mother, Zorana. She has 4 children. One is Nina Ballerina, and the famous Teslian Stefan. The youngest Teslian little boy, Perovok. But a little later, we got a new youngest Teslian named Stribor. In addition to the singing spark, we also have a spinning spark, which can be touched by hands because the working frequency is very high, about 300 kilohertz. although it melts a steel needle, as you can see, with its high power. It's a very high frequency and you can touch it. Here we have about 300 volts. But we also have a version that must not be touched because the voltage is very high, about 800,000 volts, and the frequency is low, about 120 kilohertz. And out on the terrace, they can reach over 1,000,000 volts. For one of the memorials dedicated to Nikola Tesla, I made a miniature levitating Tesla transformer. Really levitating, no strings. The miniature levitating Tesla transformer really float in the air, as you can see. But it really works and can light a miniature gas discharge lamp. But also a large neon lamp. Well, grandfather and grandchildren sometimes enjoy extremely unusual experiments. In which very strange sounds are heard on the radio. That resemble a woodpecker. And that is why this experimental setup is called Barajevo woodpecker. In the latest experimental research, I use a scalar wave generator, light processor, and here is shown the verification of the Tesla special coil operation using polycontrast interference photography patented by Dr. Harry Oldfield, where it is clearly seen that Tesla special coil completely changed the structure of the ambiental field. My latest theoretical research are based on the unification of science and spirituality and offer extremely rich but also very simple and logical structure of absolute reality as a unity of matter and spirit that includes all forms and levels of existence from the universe to the supreme spiritual absolute. More information, detailed information can be found on my website and questions can be asked at this email.
Thank you very much, Dr. Goran.
Yes, just a little bit. I have to say something more. We all know Tesla's famous statements that present is theirs, the future for which I really work is mine. And next, my contemporaries will not understand me, but one day the scientific law of nature will prevail. Those whose secrets I have uncovered, and everything will change in no time at all. Everything will change. A new era of human wisdom will set in, and its key features will be the understanding of time, the discovery of source of limitless energy, and the shaping of matter according to will of scientists. These Tesla words was the main motive of my interest in Tesla's heritage. In any case, based on all my theoretical and practical investigations of Tesla's legacy over 20 years, especially of his ether technologies, I am absolutely sure that it will be the basis of all future technologies that will significantly improve and advance human lives. This is also the reason why I think that the legacy of Nikola Tesla is the seed of cosmic knowledge of the future. According to my long-term research into Tesla's work and comparisons with ancient Vedic knowledge, Nikola Tesla is one of the greatest intuitive genius of our civilization, a scientist who came closest to the ancient knowledge. In my opinion, knowledge of ancient civilizations exceeded our present knowledge greatly, at least in some aspects. Nikola Tesla was one of the first scientists of this civilization who seriously approached to their skills, and it is quite certain that Tesla's ether technologies, together with the scientific knowledge about natural energy phenomena, would contribute to significant improvement of new and more advanced technologies, also the human health, and in general to the living conditions of mankind. Also, I am absolutely sure that the synthesis of scientific and ancient knowledge can help us understand phenomena that are undetectable by scientific methodology and equipment, and help us in understanding the world we live in more advanced communication with absolute reality and the complex structure of human beings and progress in various fields of life. Nikola Tesla is a man who has no grave or monument, but his monuments are the power stations of the world, the power lines and transformer stations in the world, from whom instead of candles, billions of light bulbs and street lamps shine all over the planet. I would like to thank everyone who reminds us on Nikola Tesla and his fascinating work, because he is a true scientific Prometheus of the new age who contributed significantly to the technological progress of our civilizations and let us the seeds of cosmic knowledge for the future. Thank you for your attention. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Goran, for this phenomenal presentation. We definitely have to come and see you and learn under your in your lab. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You mentioned the intersection between spirituality and ancient knowledge and the future in space. That's very important, I think, to create the future if we honor ancient wisdom. And I know Nassim Haramein, he says, if Tesla would be alive, we would be already venturing out in the cosmos. Yeah, so thank you so much. So our next speaker, a very special speaker from Spain. This is Dr. Martin Sanchez. He is accompanied by 4 of his students. He's a primary school teacher and the principal of State School San Isidro in Labrador. He's been teaching for over 20 decades and has received both national and European awards for his work. He's a researcher in education, part of his research group at the University of Granada, where he earned his international PhD in educational science. He's deeply passionate about educational tech. He's provided training to teachers on using tech in education, and is currently delving into the field of AI. He's done a tremendous work with these children, and I know they are now on school holidays, but we have the honor to present the performance with these children.
Greetings from Granada, Spain. Welcome to the State School San Isidro Labrador. My name is Joseph Albert Martin. I am a primary teacher and the principal of this wonderful school located in the south of Spain. Today we are excited to share with you the fascinating work our students have been doing on the universe and the outer space. In this term, our fifth-grade students have embarked on a learning project about outer space, diving into a plenty of questions such as: how is the solar system formed? What exactly is the universe? Is it possible to travel through the solar system? Or the best one, I think, how will life change outside the Earth? Our students have shown a huge interest in understanding outer space. They are eager to learn more about deep space. They have hopefully considered how humans might adapt after colonizing terrestrial bodies, like the Moon or the Mars, particularly in areas beyond physics, mathematics, or aeronautics. We are talking about art and music. Our students believe that while humans will continue creating art and music, this form will evolve to suit the unique context of outer space. Silvano, Valeria, Oliver, and Lola are looking forward to presenting two fascinating projects that we have developed in the classroom. They will be communicating in both languages, English and Spanish. The first project is titled Painting in Zero Gravity, and the second one, Art Gallery in Outer Space. In both projects, our students have explored how art might evolve to meet the needs of space colonizers living on the Moon or the Mars. And who knows, maybe they will be our future lunar colonizer.
Amazing. So now we will actually see the project that first of all was made about zero gravity. So we will actually now hear and see what Oliver and Lola have prepared for us.
Presented by Olivier, the first speaker. He's presenting Painting in Zero Gravity.
At the public school, San Isidro Labrador, and I'm 10 years old. I like and sport, especially football. And when I grow up, I want to be a professional football player. I always wanted to travel to new places, even to the space. I also enjoy other activities like athletics, gincana, etc. I'm here to tell you about our project Painting in Zero Gravity.
So actually, that's what Oliver would say about their project. In their class, they conducted a unique artistic exploration, imagining what it'd be to paint in weightless environments such as space. They have studied and understood how the lack of gravity would affect painting and the materials. To simulate this experience, they used innovative techniques in class. They hung up the canvases and practiced using brushes and paints under conditions that mimicked the microgravity. This allowed them to experiment firsthand with the movements and the flows of paint in the space-like environment. Furthermore, they researched how different types of paints and materials would react in microgravity environment. They experimented with different viscosities and densities, observing how paint's droplets behaved and how unique patterns could form in absence of gravity. They explored how to use colors and how light and shadow could play a significant role in creating art in space. This project has not only been an exploration of visual arts, but also a foray into science and physics of space. Here we have Lola.
I'm 10 years old, and I really like space, especially Saturn. Our class has done an amazing experiment called painting in zero gravity.
So, what Lola would say. How did they do this? First, they had to flip all the tables. It took them a bit of time to get it all arranged properly, but after some delay, they managed to do it. They took the transparent plastic and adhesive tape and started wrapping the transparent plastic around the table legs, securing with the tape. This step also took a lot of time, but they assure us it was worth it. Once they had all the tables set up, they prepared the paint. They used many colors. Before getting under the tables, they began painting upwards as if they were in the space without gravity. That's why the project is called Zero Gravity. It was super tricky, they said. The painting was dripping and it was difficult to make circles, straight lines, curves, and other shapes. It was very different from painting while sitting. They painted drawings related to space. They painted as they were on the moon. The result was very beautiful. When the paint dries, it peels off, which is why you have to paint quickly, because the drawings get ruined otherwise. So, they had a wonderful time. It was an unforgettable experience for both of them, and they say that they would do it again, but they would like for the next time to be really on the moon. So, the next experience we have is actually from their classmates. It's from Valeria and Silvan. So we will now see the other project, actually the art gallery in space. So just allow me.
Hi, I am Valeria, a fifth grade student at State School San Isidro Labrador. I enjoy sports like soccer, gymnastics, judo, and skating. My favorite subjects are physical education and study. Hi, I am Valeria, a fifth grade student at State School San Isidro Labrador. I enjoy sports like soccer, gymnastics, judo, and skating. My favorite subjects are physical education and study. It's a pleasure to talk to you about our exhibit activity in the art gallery in outer space project.
In their class, they embarked on a creative adventure, imagining what art could be like in the context of outer space. The first part of their project was involved selecting or creating famous artworks, modifying them, or adding specific space-related details. Each one of them chose a work, whether it was a classic piece of art or their own creation, and transformed it by imagining how it would like if it would be located on a planet like Mars or maybe the Moon. This exercise was not just about art, it was also a study of art history, astronomy, and planetary science. For instance, when modifying a painting to make it appear as though it was on Moon, they had to consider how the lack of atmosphere and different quality of lunar light would affect the colors, the shadows in the painting. The result was a series of unique artworks that reflected not only their imagination and artistic skills, but also their understanding of space. These creations were part of the art gallery of outer space, a visual gallery that envisioned how art could evolve and be appreciated in the context of space.
Thank you.
Here you can see.
Thank you very much for the translation.
Yes, well, this is what actually children said about their projects. So soon we will see also Silvan, who will say something about his experience.
Hello, I'm Silvan, fifth grade student at public school San Isidro. I enjoy subjects like science and computer science. When I grow up, I would like to be a carpenter. I'm excited to tell you about a part of art gallery in outer space project, where we are using artificial intelligence to create art inspired by outer space.
So, Silvan also said that their journey with artificial intelligence in art actually began with brainstorming how art would look in different space environments. So, they used advanced programs inputting prompts that described imaginative space scenarios. For example, one of the prompts was a landscape on the moon illuminated by the Earth, which led to the AI to create stunning images that you can see that blended reality with fantasy. This process was more than just issuing commands to a machine. It was an exercise in creativity and critical thinking. They learned to be specific in their descriptions, understanding how each word could alter the AI's interpretation. This experiment with concepts like gravity, atmosphere, starlight, seeing how these elements could change the aesthetics of art. Each artwork generated by the AI was a revelation, showing them artistic possibilities that had never been considered. These resulting images were then transformed into posters and accompanied by its original prompt. This exhibition became a fascinating blend of art, science, technology, demonstrating how AI can be a powerful tool for exploring new artistical frontiers.
Thank you, Jelena. Are you done?
Yes, this is the end. We are actually seeing the last one scene. So that's it. Thank you. In the name of, on behalf of, yes.
Kudos to Dr. Alberto, who we've been communicating for 7 days through WhatsApp chat to produce that kind of quality work while he is still at work with all other students. So thank you so much. These kids will definitely receive their gifts, and thank you to the parents for this permission. So I know what fifth grade teach here about space. It was nowhere that extensive with the mindset of the emergence of technology for our little ones. This was a very, very great presentation. Thank you so much. So let's move on to our fifth performer, very special person. We are introducing Miss Mirjana Preljević. Where are you? Yeah, there you are.
I'm here. Excellent. Excellent.
She is an international consultant for strategic positioning, a well-renowned consultant with over 3 decades of experience in strategic positioning in the fields of entrepreneurship and business intelligence. She's the founder and owner and director of Square Compass Consulting in Belgrade. And she wrote, I know, almost 30 books, Mirjana.
Yeah.
Position strategy is the key to success, was published in 7 languages, dozens of text analysis in domain strategic position of states, cities, organizations, sustainable development, economic diplomacy, youth entrepreneurship, and startup companies. And her latest book, Tesla Genius Teslianum, which is in your background right there, Almanic. She's also a lecturer at several universities around the world, Harvard University, London School of Commerce, Beijing International MBA, Shanghai, Moscow, Science Po, and so on and so on. Did I miss anything, Mirjana? No?
Yes, I just want to say that I need to say thank you, thank you or thanks to Nikola Tesla for all of this, as you mentioned in introducing note regarding my work. I was 16 when I entered in the Tesliana Academy. It was of one of our professors here with his wife. She was a director of Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade. And it was amazing when you need and discover what Nikola Tesla and his heritage can do for your mind. And this is the reason why after all this time, some 2015, 16, I try, with the first Teslianum almanac. Teslianum means a Tesla mind, but on Serbian language, like but it's a mind. It's the same word. And then with Teslianum, it means how to enter and what Nikola Tesla said about Tesla mind. I was surprised, after 36 years of researching Nikola Tesla heritage. Of course, I was on the Harvard with my guest lecturing Nikola Tesla, The Strategies of the World. It was amazing how many things you can discover about yourself regarding Nikola Tesla. As the author of the trilogy Tesla, trilogy is about Academy for the Kids. It's a Tesla Genius. After that, it's the same time I, of course, offered the Teslianum Almanac, as I said, and I will show you. And after that, it was Tesla Square, where I, with famous sportsmen like Novak Djokovic, Tanja Petrovic, Igor Milanovic, old world champions, I drew up the Tesla Square in one place, and we connect the kids and youth, all of that. Now we started in the region, but I hope we will do that all around the world. I will just ask now Jelena to share with you some small video. Thank you, Jelena, of Academy of Our Kids, and you will see what we have done with, of course, Novak Djokovic Foundation support.
Akademija malih genija, Teslianum.
Sljedeći prilog ima veze sa Nikolom Teslom. Odlično! Da li ćemo raditi neki eksperiment? Mi ne, ali hoće dece koji idu na besplatne radionice posvećene Tesli. Akcenat je na tome da deca nauče što više o ovom našem naučniku. A Nikola Tesla je bio naučnik. Nikola Tesla izumeo elektromotor. Naučnik i izumeo je struju. Pamet je, na primjer, kao što sam ja talentovan za matematiku, znam puno o matematici, pametan sam i tako dalje. Je kad znaš mnogo toga. Je mozak. On nam pomože da razmišljamo. Uzrok je kad uradiš nešto. Posljedica je kada pročitaš, na primjer, neku priču i onda dobiješ neku poruku ili posljedicu. Ako nešto loše uradiš i posle, onda si kažnjen. U vezi Nikola Tesla, zapamtio sam da je on rekao da, kako se kaže, da neznanje ugrožava čoveka. Sjećam se da je rekao da tako mala stvar može da napravi veliku nevolju. Kad je mazio mačka i napravio struju. Najviše mi se svidjelo kad su trčali oko čunja. Meni se najviše svidjela razlika, zato što su jako bile skrivene. Pa ne znam šta mi se više svidjelo, sve je bilo lijepo.
Nikola Tesla style. Tesla style. Staying up late, I gotta work on my new theory. My game is electricity.
You know, we already have the 2,800 kids from 5 to 7 and 8 to 12 ages that pass through the Academy for the Kids. And it was amazing with Novak Djokovic is a really symbol for us of Nikola Tesla. Of course, his face, it's very similar to Nikola Tesla, but his techniques of visualization that he applied in the sports, that give us the direction how to also explain all this heritage that we found from Nikola Tesla. Also, secondly, what I want to present you with, you can see it here. It's a Teslianum Almanac. As I said, it's a Tesla mind. But what is important inside, this is a special edition, but we have the 5 issues. For example, this is also my innovation. You can see how kids learn where Tesla passed from his born hometown, and then through the Tesla call in the Europe, and then through the constellation of the stars. He visited all this and worked in these cities in United States. But anyhow, what I want to show you, it's a whole Tesla life. But it was, this is the same poster as on the T-shirt. And it works now with QR code, but we started with application. When we started 2015, it was the first analog digital almanac of applied science inspired by Nikola Tesla. I'm very proud on that because after my speech on the Harvard, where I explained why Tesla for me is a world strategist, is the Tesla is the father of the sustainability, it's the sustainable development concept. And it's a lot of things that we can find similar. Anyhow, through my work, as you already presented me, I will just say that I worked 30 years in on the business level in the areas of strategic positioning. What it means, the key word is a perception. Our perception is a keyword for anything that you want to position. Personality, like Tesla, or maybe some company or organization like NGO, civil society. I work with a lot of different organizations and types, but mostly it's about country. And then when you position one country, it's very interesting, the Tesla for our region, for example, for the few of countries. but also he spent a lot in America, which means that through the Tesla, you can position the concept like a multidimensional, who can connect in the people's mind a lot of different nationalities, but also civilizations. I have a huge connection with China, with Russia, with India, and all of that is based on strategic positioning of Nikola Tesla, which is amazing. When I start, I must laughing because on 2015, when I would speak with the people, they all told me, "Oh, Tesla, you mean a car?" I said, "Okay, no, Tesla is not a car. Tesla is a man." For us who work in the Tesla world, if I can say it like this, and we research a lot, it's a normal. But for a lot of people, Tesla is still inspired by the car. And we need to say thank you to Elon Musk, who started with the Tesla car. But now I want to thank you personally and all your team, and Jelena, of course, who invited me, because this kind of talks and communication regarding why Tesla is so inspiring for us is very important. Anyhow, I combined the strategic position and the Tesla work. And today I offer on the worldwide level, which I work on 4 continents, as you said, algorithm Tesla. Algorithm Tesla is very important because in the whole our world today, we have algorithms all around us, in the banks, trading, distribution, airport, algorithm on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, on social networks. Everything is more or less, drives by algorithms. This kind of algorithm that I suggested, it's algorithm Tesla, is acronym from technology, education, science, love, and activism. And these 5 interdisciplinary fields is very important to combine on the right level. For all of this, 5th element, which is ether, is very important because he is integrated of the 4 elements, which is our essential life: water, air, earth, and fire. And then ether is the number 1 element also in the periodic system of Mr. Mendeleev that we learn in the school, because he said number 1 element, 0, is ether, and everything started for him. But his explanation, his sign, is X. This is the reason why Twitter, translated to the X is the Elon Musk. This is the reason why SpaceX. This is the reason why my new book, like this, just 2 weeks ago, I published. It's a free X free. That's us. X is a very important, not just the letter, but element who connected all of us. Ether is in each of our cells, but also is all around us in the space. And it's very important when you work in the strategic world, in the strategies, to explain people this relation, macro aspects from the space to the micro, like a personality. And this is algorithm Tesla. I explained to the people this through the digitalization. It's a digital transformation process that we live today. As Boris started, Mr. Marjanović also, you see a lot of digital and analog signals today. And in the almanac, I have one T-shirt and one poster. It's how to harmonize analog and digital signal on the perception of our mind. This is something that we share with the young people and with the kids. And I'm very proud that you also showed a lot of other different examples through around the world. But this is from my side contribution. And everybody who wants to know more is Teslianum, .com, teslasquare.com, or maybe to find us through you. And we will be on the same page, if we can say it like this. Everything is energy, frequency, vibration. And I'm very proud that today we share this very, very fine vibration of Tesla frequency. Tesla frequency is a peace frequency, which means thank you. And if you have any other additional comments or questions, I'm here. Thank you.
And if you know the secrets of the universe, you must think in numbers 369, right?
369, yes, exactly.
And this episode happened to be 66, And I know Nikola Tesla.
I know, I already noted, sorry. Yes, episode
I know anyone who knows. And if you're a Tesla lover, you probably know that he is a pioneering spirit in all fields. His life path number is the number 1. He runs the same life path number as me. And if you know me personally and you look at my cell phone number, it's full of 369. So it's
excellent.
I no more believe in synchronicity. It is somehow, the more you learn about the universe and maths and you all speakers, you do it so wonderful, intersect. You are all experts in your own field, but all you're bringing in is the intersection of all fields that makes it.
Yes, I want to show you, this is my new book, but on Serbian language. But you will see 369 with yin and yang. And
I will buy all of your books.
Yes, it's a lot of people who are really admire this. It's very unique way when I combine business impact for society and Tesla, Tesla mind. And I'm, as you said, I'm French also. I live in Paris, partially in Belgrade, Serbia, partially in Paris, all around the world. But, it's very interesting that the people, as you said, the 369s who have this in the, for example, the birth of date, date of birth, or this kind of similarity, they said, synchronization. I'm in the Tesla frequency of peace, and it's very nice when you start that like I do with the kids, because on the first, you will see the video on the first start of the academy, it's 60 minutes, and I've put the full dynamic with 9 games for 5 minutes. But in the first step, it's a 6 minutes film about when Tesla was a kid. And when they enter in this frequency, then they vibrate, and after 60 minutes, they said, I'm a Tesla genius guy. They slip in the t-shirts, and it's very important when this impact on the kids' mind, that the mind is a treasure, no limits. But as Tesla said, there is no mind who cannot make the mistake, which means you need to be aware of this, to be very polite in the harmonization between your mind and heart, and it's very important to work with very young people, as you said, because creation, imagination, as Tesla said, is a key for every success, for every improvement, innovation, which means if we together work on the development of the creativity and the potential to save that, because the kids, when they are really young, they have a full potential of creativity. But later in the school, with today educational basis, they lose a little bit that. And I work a lot with the teachers in the basic schools, in the ordinary schools, how to do that, how to increase and to keep creativity, because it's a key for their success tomorrow in the world. Thank you very much. I really can speak a lot about this because I live this 24 hours, and the people who knows me, they understand. Thank you.
We will get back into the Q&A in the second half, so we're perfectly on time. Thank you. Our last performer today is Mr. Victor Villegas, known as the Drone Singer. He's going to perform Nikola Tesla, the great inventor, performance. So the floor is yours, Victor.
Thank you very much. Hola para todos que hablan español allá. I'm bilingual. So I write songs about science, technology, engineering, art, and math in both English and Spanish. And this is a song that I composed specifically for this show called Nikola Tesla, the Great Inventor. So here we go. Hopefully you can hear my ukulele there. Yes, excellent. Sometimes Zoom likes to turn some of the instrument music off, but I think it'll work. Okay, here we go. There was a man called Tesla, a great inventor was he. He harnessed electricity to help humanity. He used his mind to ponder, found answers in his dreams. Unraveling many mysteries was the power he achieved. Nikola Tesla, a great inventor was he. He harnessed electricity to help humanity. Tesla was a dreamer, he always used his mind. He worked to find solutions by thinking all the time. People thought him crazy, they didn't understand. that Tesla was a genius, a very brilliant man. Nikola Tesla, a great inventor was he. He harnessed electricity to help humanity. Remember Mr. Tesla when you turn on a light. He's one of the main reasons that we can read at night. Tesla had a brilliant mind, but you are brilliant too. Just harness all the power inside and let your light shine through. Nikola Tesla, a great inventor was he. He harnessed electricity to help humanity. Nikola Tesla, a great inventor was he. He harnessed electricity to help humanity.
Wonderful. 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 Thank you so much. This is great. We can start with the Q&A now. We have some questions for the children. Jelena?
So here we can start with the first question. So what has been Nikola Tesla's connection with space? And now we have our children from before actually answering. So for our non-Spanish speakers, I will translate what are the answers, but let's first hear, please, Oliver.
Tesla, un inventor y científico cuyas ideas y descubrimientos aún resuenan con nosotros, especialmente en relación con el espacio. Aunque Tesla no trabajó directamente en proyectos espaciales, su influencia en la ciencia y la tecnología moderna es fundamental para entender cómo podríamos vivir y trabajar en el espacio algún día.
So, what was actually Oliver saying? Now let's talk about Nikola Tesla, an inventor and scientist whose ideas and discoveries still resonate with us, especially in relation to space. Although Tesla did not directly work on space projects, his influence on modern science and technology is crucial to understanding how we might live and work in space someday.
Tesla era un visionario. Sus investigaciones en campos como la electricidad y el electromagnetismo son la base de muchas tecnologías modernas. Por ejemplo, la idea de Tesla sobre la transmisión inalámbrica de energía es muy relevante para la exploración espacial.
So, Oliver also said, Tesla was a visionary. His research in fields like electricity and electromagnetism forms the basis of the modern technologies. For instance, Tesla's concept of wireless energy transmission is highly relevant to space exploration.
Imaginen poder enviar energía desde la Tierra a una nave espacial o a la Luna en una base en la Luna sin claves. Esto podría revolucionar la forma en que gestionamos los recursos energéticos en el espacio.
Imagine being able to send energy from Earth to a spacecraft or a base on Moon without wires. This could revolutionize how we manage energy resources in space.
Asociada con comunicación a largas distancias, algo esencial en la exploración espacial. Sus teorías y experimentos sentaron las bases para la comunicación.
So, Oliver finished with the following. Imagine, furthermore, Tesla dreamed of long-distance communication, something essential in space exploration. His theories and experiments laid the groundwork for wireless communication. That's something what I mentioned in the introduction, and it's really interesting that even back in his time, Tesla had these kind of visions, and we can see and relate his theories and ideas with a lot of, let's say, rising technologies nowadays. The following question comes from Lola, and it's, do you think an astronaut could paint without gravity? So it's related to their project.
fascina. Sí, se puede pintar. Lo que pasaría es que seguramente el resultado no sería el esperado, porque es muy difícil controlar la algunas gotas de pintura se quedarían flotando y en vez de acabar en el dibujo acabarán manchándolo todo.
So what Lola said, and she answered the question, yes, it can be painted, but the result wouldn't probably be as expected because it's very challenging to control the paint. Some paint drops would likely float around, and instead of ending up on the drawing, they would end up splattering everywhere. So the next question comes from Valeria. Have there been any artists on board in the space mission?
Algunos astronautas han llevado el arte por la aire. Por ejemplo, el astronauta canadiense Chris Hadfield, quien estuvo a bordo de la Estación Espacial Internacional. Es conocido por sus fotografías del espacio y por grabar música mientras estaba en órbita. Además, la NASA ha promovido el arte en el espacio a través de diversos proyectos.
So what Valeria actually said was, the answer is yes. While there have not been many professional artists in space, some astronauts have taken art to the stars. For example, Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield, who was aboard the International Space Station, is known for his space photography and recording music while in orbit. Furthermore, the NASA has promoted art in space through various projects. And we have the last question and answer from Silvan. What was the first piece of art in space?
La misión Apolo, pequeño objeto conocido como Moon Museum, fue secretamente llevado a la luz. Este diminuto museo contenía obras de 6 artistas, sujetos a antiguajo. Era una pequeña cerámica del tamaño de un sello, pero con un significado enorme.
So, regarding art, the answer takes us back to the year 1969 during the Apollo 12 mission. A small object known as the Moon Museum was secretly taken to the moon. This tiny museum contained artworks from 6 artists, including Andy Warhol. It was a small ceramic about size of a postage stamp, but had enormous significance. So our children really asked very interesting and amazing questions, and we now, I believe, all learned something new. Thanks once again to their professor and Oliver, Lola, Valeria, and Silvan for their projects, and of course for asking and answering these amazing questions.
Thank you for the translation. And we have more questions, and these questions can be answered by any of our speakers today. So whoever would like to answer this one, we had some questions beforehand. Okay, I think we had that. Do you think Nikola Tesla's holistic approach is transportable to the space stage? Maybe that's for our Tesla AI.
So the question exactly is about Nikola Tesla's holistic approach to development of technology.
If it's transportable to the space stage, yes.
Space age.
Yes. Is Nikola talking? We can't hear him.
Oh, an excellent question indeed.
There you are.
My theories and technologies are not bound by earthly limitations. They are universal and can be applied anywhere in the universe, even in space. For example, my wireless power transmission technology could be used to power devices and equipment on spacecraft without the need for bulky, heavy batteries. Also, my work on high-frequency electricity could have applications in the design of more efficient and effective propulsion systems for space travel. Furthermore, My research into the electrical properties of the Earth's atmosphere has led to advancements in space weather forecasting and communication with spacecraft. In short, my technologies have the potential to revolutionize the way we explore and travel in space. And I firmly believe that we are only scratching the surface of what is possible.
Thank you, Mr. Nikola Tesla. Dr. Goran, do you want to elaborate on this one?
Well, for me, Tesla is not only inventor, but the greatest scientist of this world, and the future will show. Tesla was a man who left us a great knowledge, but we cannot reach that in documents. But we have to study his work. And for me, his diary from Colorado Springs is the most important document where you can find the way of his thinking and the way of his communicating with this reality, which is not only on the rational level, but he used emotions and other kinds for communications for the higher levels of reality. And intuition is one of the greatest possibilities which we as a human beings can use to reach higher knowledge in the Akasha or morphogenetic field, etc., etc. So Tesla left us a really great knowledge, and we have to study that for goodness of our civilizations. Thank you very much.
This one might be for Mirjana. We know Tesla worked in many companies. Mirjana, do you know which one they were? And do you believe he had a leadership spirit?
Yes, if you, sorry, can you just repeat what leadership spirit, like Tesla?
Yes.
You know, in the last book that I talk about, it's Algorithm Tesla, it's a quantum management. This kind of quantum management today is really presented on this holistic approach as Tesla wants to apply in his own companies, you know, in the 100 years ago. But today, you know, we need this conscious of level of how to manage the companies. For example, today we have Volvo, we have Haier. You know, some companies, it's a lot of small and medium companies who really celebrate Tesla way of, as I said, as he's the father of sustainability, you know, who they use these values, how to create a really good approach in the management. If it was a specific question, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions, Jelena? What do you think was the Tesla's relationship to Edison?
Oh, Thomas Edison. He and I had an interesting relationship, to say the least. We started out as colleagues and even worked together briefly on a project to improve the efficiency of Edison's direct current, DC, system. However, our partnership quickly soured, and we became bitter rivals. The main point of contention was the use of AC versus DC currents. Edison was an advocate for DC, while I believed in the superiority of AC. Our rivalry became so intense that Edison even tried to discredit my work by spreading false claims about the dangers of AC electricity. But I persevered and continued to develop my AC motor and transformer technologies. Despite our differences, I must acknowledge that Edison was a brilliant inventor in his own right, and I have a great deal of respect for his contributions to the field of electricity. Still, I can't help but think that our rivalry was ultimately beneficial for all parties involved. Our competition spurred innovation and helped to advance the field of electrical engineering to where it is today.
Thank you, Nikola.
Yeah.
Next.
Nikola, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have an additional question for him, which is, for the young generations. What advice would you give to future generations? What would you tell them about how to deal with the future and with the space and with the sustainability, and give them some advice, please?
To the future generations, I offer this advice. Always keep an eye on the horizon and be mindful of the impact your actions will have on future generations. The pursuit of futurism and sustainability should go hand in hand. We must continue to push the boundaries of what we know and what is possible, while at the same time ensuring that we do so in a way that is responsible and mindful of our impact on the planet. It is our duty as stewards of this earth to preserve its resources for future generations. We must strive for sustainable technologies and practices that will allow us to meet our needs without depleting our natural resources. We must also continue to push the boundaries of what is possible and embrace the potential of exciting new technologies that hold the promise of a sustainable future. In short, always keep one eye on the future and one on the present, and make decisions that will benefit both. The future is in your hands, so use it wisely.
Thank you, Mr. Tesla.
Fantastic.
Okay, there's another question from the audience. This is for Mariana. Let me pull up this question. The Tesla strategy you mentioned, Mariana, will they maybe experimentally become a part of some school program or kindergarten if it starts? Can the strategy be used from really young age? Do you really have results you can share with us?
Yes, very good question. As I told you, I already worked and started on 2015. On 2016, we also work, and I'm very sorry because we didn't show the video regarding Academy for the kids, because you will see in the kindergarten and in the school, they also have a lot of programs, but this is all informal education and educational programs, which is additionally to the formal program. In the schools, etc., it's all depend of the private schools owners, if I can say it like this, because we have now some talks with the ministries. But I must mention that, for example, in 2016, when I started, and that they see the effects, UNESCO, as you are also in the United Nations organization, but UNESCO give us the full support and patronage for the whole program Academy for the Kids Tesla Genius. And then I was in Paris in UNESCO headquarters. And then also we talk with the CLET. It's a German foundation presented in 22 countries. It's a lot of pioneers steps, if I can say it like this, and the innovative approach to how to use Tesla, hold this heritage that we step-by-step work. But this is in this moment more or less in the informal education, and some like NT Center. We have the very highly reputed professor Ranko Rajević. It's a Nikola Tesla Center. It's called NT Center for the highly intellectual potential kids. But more or less we all work in this cage. To talk about strategy is not easy, because the strategies is something that we define today for the future, as the previous question, and if you want to do something today for the future, it's very important that you have critical stakeholders, if I can say it like this. In this moment, we are on the first step, but I hope that if people show, especially teachers and schools, their interest to do that, we can incorporate it in the strategy. First for education, and then step by step in some other sectors. But this is very good results in this moment that I receive from the schools here in the region of Southeast Europe.
Thank you, Mariana.
I have another question, Ninja, if I may.
Yes.
This is for Victor. Victor, how would you explain to the people in the street, the general public, the relationship between music and space?
Music and space, I think the arts are critical for everything. It's how we express our emotions. It's how we express our feelings. It's there has been many songs written about space, stars. I mean, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was one of the most famous nursery songs. So I think we get inspiration from nature, from space. And this is when we're inspired, the art comes from within us and comes out, whether that be in song, whether that be in a visual artistic way, whether that be poetry or paintings. And so the connection between space and art is very natural. And everyone is creative. Some people say, oh, I'm not an artist. I can't do that. It's like, but you can, because art is basically expressing yourself. And if you can express yourself, you're an artist.
Thank you, Victor. Muchas gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank
Me
you.
queda claro.
There's more questions for the educators. Laurie?
I have another one, Ninja, for the general speakers, which is related to what do you think governments can do to promote scientific knowledge among young people? Maybe Nikola Tesla can tell us.
Yes, the question is what the governments can do to
promote the scientific knowledge among young people, how to tell them you have to study science, the science is the future, we have to think about the space, sustainability, and the research,
I will ask it.
Nicola's thinking, so it'll...
Governments can play a vital role in promoting science education by investing in robust science education programs. Such programs should equip students with the necessary skills to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, fields. To achieve this, resources should be directed towards improving science education in schools, teacher training, and curriculum development. This way, students can have access to high-quality and relevant science education that promotes critical thinking, creativity, and innovation. Governments can also encourage STEM education by offering scholarships and grants to students and researchers. These incentives can inspire the next generation of scientists and foster a passion for discovery and innovation. Furthermore, fostering a culture of scientific inquiry and discovery can also help promote science education. Governments can support scientific institutions such as museums and research centers where the general public can learn about science and their impact on society. In summary, governments should recognize the role played by science education in driving technological advancement and progress. By promoting science education, governments can equip future generations with the necessary skills to tackle the challenges of today and tomorrow.
So I'd like to add to that. It's not just the government, but it's every one of us. It's up to us to model for youth, to be examples. And I think the arts are a very, very important part of reaching those youth who might not naturally gravitate towards STEM, so science, technology, engineering, math. Through the use of the arts, we're able to reach many students who don't think that STEM is for them, but the arts is for everyone. And the arts can reach into the heart, into the minds, and spark that creativity. And that's how I use music and poetry and songwriting and puppetry to get kids interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. It's about inspiring them and showing them how cool science and technology and engineering and math can be through the arts.
Thank you, Victor. Any master, we know they all have like kind of obsessive compulsive order, same as Nikola Tesla had. He would run loops around and eat from his plate in 369 and all of that. Almost like an accumulation of maniac that helped him to become great and disciplined, creative. Do you think that behavioral changes in children can channel positively for their development? I mean, almost every fifth child is diagnosed with, ADHD or ADHS. How do you think we can positively influence the mind and the heart, and don't suppress our children with creativity and silence them with this medication? Most of them are extremely gifted, but they don't get to express it. Maybe this goes to the educators who are in touch with the children.
I think it's important to give children the opportunities to experience their emotions through art, through music, through physical activity, through you can learn a lot outside of sitting at a desk and practicing. That's one of the things that I think music can allow students is when they learn, certainly at younger ages, it's more experiential, experimental, and they're touching and feeling things, music and movement. But as they get older and they start to practice and repeat things over and over, that can help them as they transition into their schoolwork, that things require practice. And they can do different iterations. Like the first time it was this, and then when I practiced it, I was able to accomplish something different. That can translate to science. And it's important to help students develop that muscle. And you develop it by using it. So using that creative muscle in the creative arts can help grow that for students. Students with attention deficit challenges, they're not sitting at a desk. It's not the way that they learn, and that's okay. Let them run around a little bit. Let them channel that energy and give them some different ways to learn. So that's what I think.
I just want to add, the huge experience that we have on our workshops, one of the topic in Tesliano Malmak is communication. What we do 24 hours, we communicate, normally when we know, and also in the dream, But also the second dimension of communication is verbal and non-verbal in communication, which is very important for the kids and young people. Why? We work on the workshops, I'm sure, for the mandalas. Mandalas. And we have pencils in different colors, and then we give to them, and they listen to music with the special vibrations, how to accelerate their inner energy, or maybe be more concentrated on, etc., etc. Anyhow, in this field, we explain them that the macrocosmos and the space in the micro perception is that picture of mandala. On the starting, when the kids or young people, we can do that with adult also. When they choose which picture they want to colorize, which means, is it animal? Is it something for the nature? Is it some just object or some symbol? It's very important that each step of that, it give us exactly what the kids, especially children who have the problem, how to express themselves. They send a lot of messages, but on the different ways. Is not the same usual way of communication. And then secondly, it's also with another kids which have health. They have these social networks, and social medias where they do have limited numbers of the words. This is the second problem. They don't have vocabulary on which way they can express what they want to say. We work also on that. The third dimension is they totally forget to write with the hand. Writing the hand is in the same direct connection with your mind. If you not use your hand to write directly on the paper, etc., you lose the potential of creativity. And this is a lot of studies that really give us a lot of confidence. I'm looking for the words. Anyhow, in the Italianum Almanac, we also explain a lot of things that you possess. We have the same questions on the starting point, you know. It's very good questions, and I think that we can work in the future on exchanging some maybe exercise or results that we have between the countries, and maybe to accelerate a little bit, normally lead by Tesla or inspired by Tesla. Sorry.
Thank you. I think we are pretty much done with all Q&As. I want to conclude and thank everyone, every speaker for their time in the most crazy, busiest time of the year, probably. So thank you for accepting our invite, and invite everyone else to follow these speakers' work. They're doing amazing work out there in the world, and of course the team. This episode leaves a lot of reflection, inspiration, and learning for myself. I'm very grateful, and these invention oddities can become our best allies in these difficult times. It's important that we personally and professionally grow together for an important future of our children. So thank you, everyone. We leave the links to our speakers and how you can contact them in the chat below. If you're a parent, please feel free to share this with your children. There is tremendous work behind this episode. It's completely philanthropic for now, and we hope that soon we can invite all of the students over for real life experiences and in the lab. So thank you for your attention, and happy holidays, everyone. We're going to go offline now, but the speakers, please stay in the room for a group picture. Thank you.